not a left or a right thing. It's not a Democrat or a Republican thing. It's a workers thing. It's a workers issue. And we're the ones that are suffering.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
Last week was replete with examples of folks who want to fashion themselves as warriors for the working class, letting the mask slip. Another example was Lindsey Graham.
God.
Last week, the U.S. Senate Budget Committee held a hearing on Amazon's violation of labor law, and the purpose was basically to establish a basis for the necessity of a law that would prohibit union busters from accessing federal dollars. Here is how warrior for the working class Republican Lindsey Graham began his remarks after an introduction from Bernie Sanders.
In my view, however, the time for talk is over. The time for action is now. Taxpayer dollars should not go to companies like Amazon who repeatedly break the law. And we're talking about billions and billions of dollars in contracts. No government, not the federal government, not the state government, and not any city government should be handing out corporate welfare to union busters and labor law violators. Senator Graham.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I really enjoyed working with you, but wow. This committee is taking a very dangerous turn under your leadership, to be honest with you.
Dangerous. It's taking a dangerous turn. How is it? What? I mean, could you imagine the idea that Bernie has just said he doesn't think that employers who violate labor law should be rewarded with billions of dollars in taxpayer money. And Lindsey Graham says that's dangerous. Law and Order Lindsey Graham says it is dangerous to enforce the law if the law would hurt bosses. If the law would benefit workers, maybe we need to be a little bit more liberal, loosey-goosey with enforcement. And, you know, do we really have to enforce the law? Do we really need people to encourage people to follow the law? Maybe not. It's dangerous. That's what he says. He says it's dangerous to encourage employers to follow the law. He then went on to say that, look, there's a process here if you have issues. Adam, let's play that.
Wait, as to the process, there's a process in this country. If you feel like the law has been violated in your efforts to unionize the workforce, you can file a complaint. People will have a hearing. There's a process to debar companies who engage in illegal behavior. There is a process. This is a political process here.
This is a political process. He says that derisively. This U.S. Senate Budget Committee hearing, this is a political process. Yes, it's a political process. That's what you are a politician. You are a practitioner of politics. What is politics? It is the decision-making of how we are to run our society. Yes, this is politics. This is politics. And it's just amazing because you'll remember that Tuberville said something similar to this a few months ago at the mine workers hearing. Like, deriding the idea of doing politics. Just deriding the idea because they think that politics is just lying about gay folks and trans folks. That's the idea. And Graham ended his remarks by veering into, he's not super close to it, but he dips his toes in the water, in the well that he's been going back to so often that earned him so much credit from the Kavanaugh hearings, where he became a mini celebrity on the right wing for yelling at people. And he dipped his toes back into that well, raging at the behest of the poor executives at Amazon. The poor executives. And saying what they would do if they got the committee back.
This is very dangerous. You can have oversight hearings all you like, but you've determined Amazon is a piece of crap company. That's your political bias. They're subject to the laws of the United States. They shouldn't be subject to this. If we get the committee back, we're not going to do this.
So there you go.
And I believe him. If or probably when they get the committee back, no, they will not do any oversight of corporate America. So in that case, he's actually telling the truth for a change.
Yep. So that's Republicans will not be shining a light on employer misconduct. Chris Smalls, the president of the Amazon Labor Union, has his remarks immediately after Lindsey Graham, and he just absolutely schools him. Let's play that.
Thank you for having me. Well, first off, I want to address Mr. Graham. First off, it sounded like you was talking about more of the companies and the businesses in your speech, but you forgot that the people are the ones who make these companies operate. And if we're not protected, and if the process for when we hold these companies accountable is not working for us, then that's the reason why we're here today. That's the reason why I'm here to represent the workers who make these companies go. And I think that it's in your best interest to realize that it's not a left or a right thing. It's not a Democrat or a Republican thing. It's a workers thing. It's a workers issue. And we're the ones that are suffering in the corporations that you're talking about, in the businesses that you're talking about, in the warehouses that you're talking about. So that's the reason why I think I was invited today to speak on that behalf. And you should listen, because we do represent your constituents as well. So just take that into consideration, that the people are the ones that make these corporations go. It's not the other way around.
Yeah. That's exactly right. He further details how Graham's idolization of the process that exists is utterly insufficient. We're not going to play that clip now because we're running out of time. Maybe we'll insert it in the YouTube. But he details extensively places where Amazon has violated the law, and 2 years, 3 years later, there is still no resolution. There is still no resolution. The process that is set out for workers to remedy violations of the law by their bosses is utterly insufficient. You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project, and you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.